here, Instagram and social media expert for actors. I am so excited to be here on my channel this time, not backstage, not somewhere else, talking about Instagram for actors today. And that's what I'm going to do. I want to answer as many questions in the next hour for you guys about how to use Instagram as an actor. I'm also going to answer any questions you have about the free Instagram class that I did last week. Did it live. It was 3 secrets to grow your following on Instagram and attract more auditions. It was super fun. And I know I couldn't answer everyone's questions on those live. So please, if you have any questions about that, let me know as well. And the third thing I'll answer questions about is my Insta Actor course. So my Instagram for Actors course is open for registration until Thursday. And if you have any questions about that, I will be happy to answer that as well. So let me know where you're coming from in the chat and that you can hear me and see me. Okay. Hey, Paul. Good afternoon from Connecticut. How are you? I'm fantastic. I'm so glad you made it here. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Hello, hello. Hello, Velveteen Lounge Kitchen. Hello, Wilbert Charles. Welcome, welcome. Somebody let me know that you can hear me and see me, so I know that I'm not just talking to myself. Hey, Lori Hamill. Perfect, perfect. And great, Lori. You know what, Lori? I can answer your question live. Lori had a great question on the live masterclass, which actually let me drop the link to that. So if any of you guys didn't catch that free Instagram masterclass, I'm going to drop the link there. The replay is available for a few more days. Lori had a great question, and she wanted to know about your follower to following ratio on Instagram. If it's important, if you should get it in check. And here was my answer on the live class. I know Lori had to leave early. Think about anyone that's influential out there as an actor, an artist, a public figure. Usually they're going to have that follower to following ratio in check. They don't have to just be following like one person or 2 people, but they usually have more people following them than the people they're following. Make sense? Let me know if that makes sense, Lori and everybody. So Lori, you are going to want to keep that in check, right? You're going to want to clean up your Instagram party every once in a while for people that just don't care. They're not following you. Maybe you followed them like 4 years ago when you got an Instagram. They never followed you back. They're not seeing your post, right? We want to clean that up a little bit. Also, you can only follow 7,500 people on Instagram before Instagram actually says you have to unfollow people. So eventually you'll have to keep this ratio in check anyway. So I advise you to just do it as you go along. Okay, so let me know if that makes sense, Lori. I'm glad I could answer it. Hey, Pilar, you look great. Thank you. A little tired, you know, 2020, virtual schooling and running a full-time business, but thank you, thank you. Okay, let's see. Let me know your Instagram questions, guys. I know a lot of people are hopping on right now. I'm answering questions about Instagram today. I'm answering any questions about the free Instagram masterclass that I hosted last week. So that could be about growing your following. That could be about the new Instagram Reels. That could be about Instagram stories. It could be about what to post as an actor. That's what I'm answering questions about today. Okay. So let me refresh. Lori says, yes, thank you, and enjoying your class. Awesome. Lori is now an Insta actor. Perfect. Okay, so while I wait to see a question, because I don't see any questions yet, and if I'm somehow missing it, sometimes the feed takes a while to refresh, just type it again for me. Let me start with something then that did come up in the masterclass a couple times. And one of the things we were talking about, a lot of people are seeing decreased engagement on Instagram. They want to know, has the algorithm changed? Why are my posts on my feed getting less engagement? And we talked about this in that free masterclass. The idea that Instagram always gives us clues to what features they want us to use, right? We saw this with Instagram stories, they were teasing him in the feed. They'd pop up all over the feed saying, don't forget about this. Don't forget about this story. We saw it with IGTV last year when they were pushing teasers out and teasers were getting tons of views. Now we're seeing it with Instagram Reels. They're clearly telling us that they're pushing these out. If you've seen views on Reels, they're higher than your regular videos. They're pushing them out into Explore. They're pushing them out into the feed. So a lot of people are seeing decreased engagement on their regular post because Reels are taking over the feed. So what do you do with that information? What you do is you don't just sit back and do the same old thing on your feed and wonder why you're not getting engagement. You start using Reels. You start using some of these new features that Instagram is obviously pushing out. Okay. And that's something we talked about in that free class is a bunch of tips on how to use Instagram Reels to really show up on the Explore page, get more views, get more followers. Okay. If you have any questions about that, I'd be happy to cover it today. Perfect. Now I see some questions. So just know, guys, if you start to notice decreasing great engagement, whether it's on stories or IGTV or the feed, ask yourself, what is Instagram favoring right now? Are they really pushing something out? And right now, it's 1000% Reels. Okay, perfect. Adele Cowan, if you don't really have an actor experience right now, what do you post? Great question. And this is something, Adele, I don't know if you watched the free class. It's the first thing we talk about in the free Instagram class. What you need to know, Adele, is that you can't just post about your acting career on social media. That's boring. It gives us nothing to connect to. I call that the all actors life account, right? It's exactly what we talked about in the free class. That's an all actors life all the time account. That works for some celebrities, but if you're not a celebrity, I need to know a little bit more about you. You need to leave connection points. So I have something to connect with beyond the projects you book. Okay? So you don't want to be an all actors life all the time, but you also don't want to be a spaghetti account where you're just posting everything without a plan. Okay? So Adele, what you need to do is you need to find the marriage of the two. You need to find a way to tell your story on Instagram and across social media. That includes your actor's life, plus some of your unique life experiences and values and hobbies and interests outside of acting. And that is going to equal a connection that will lead to loyal followers that are going to stick around no matter what you booked, and they're going to tell their friends about you. Okay, let me know if that makes sense, Adele. You need a balance. You need to show us your backstage pass as an actor, your backstage pass into your life as an actor, but also into your life as a human being. Okay, think of any major actor out there. They don't just tell us about their acting. In fact, some of them hardly tell us about that at all, right? They can even lean in more into their personal life. So Adele, show us a little bit more of who Adele is, okay? And another thing that came up in the lives last week for the free class was the idea that bookings, your actor's life post on Instagram don't just have to be about bookings, right? Your acting career, your actor's life is so much more than that, right? It's your journey. So what in your day-to-day life, what did you do this week that has helping you on that journey as an actor? Did you read an awesome blog about acting? Did you read a new book all about acting? Maybe you worked on a monologue. Maybe you did a self-tape, right? There's so many things that you could be doing for your acting career that aren't bookings, that are all about your actor's life. Okay, so those actors' life acting posts don't just have to be about bookings and auditions. Okay, Adele, let me know if that makes sense. And everyone, give me a like if that makes sense. Okay, all right. Velveteen Lounge. I saw a story where someone said swipe up to see their IGTV video. How do you get that set up? Oh yeah. Well, do you have an IGTV? I'm pretty sure you do because I think you took my content creator class. So if you have an IGTV, you should have that. Once you post IGTV videos, you get the option to add a swipe up. The usual swipe up is reserved for verified accounts or people that have over 10,000 followers. Okay, so just know that if anyone's listening, well, how to get the swipe up, the swipe up on your stories where people can go whoop, and go to a website, go to YouTube, wherever you want to send them. That's usually 10,000 followers. But if you have an IGTV, you can link your IGTV videos. Okay, so let me know if you have that set up. Let me also know what type of account you have. Do you have a creator? Do you have a business? Do you have a regular? Okay. All right, Paul. Hashtags. How do you find hashtags that are not popular? So the opposite of what we talked about in the free class. So guys, if you're joining us late, I'm answering all Instagram class questions for your acting career. I'm also answering questions about that free masterclass that I hosted last week that I know a lot of you guys missed. So, and you didn't have the opportunity to ask me your questions there. So I just dropped the link in there if you guys want to watch the replay for that. But one of the things that came up, I know Paul was at one of those classes, I talked about being careful about using hashtags that are too popular all the time, right? I actually used an example from someone that was at the live class, and their post, they used 3 hashtags, and it was like hashtag actor, hashtag acting, hashtag actress. Those are super popular hashtags, and they're really hard to rank as a top post if you don't have a big following. And as I showed you in that masterclass, that recent feed for a hashtag that large moves super fast. So if you're using hashtags to get more eyes on your post, to grow your following, using just these big popular hashtags all the time, they're not helping you with that goal. They're not helping you grow. Okay. So he's asking, how do you find hashtags that are not popular? Well, what we want to do is we want to focus ones that are a little less popular, right? All you have to do, Paul, is just go into search. Just go into search and type in a hashtag. You type in a hashtag acting. And I don't know, Paul, I know you're newer to Instagram, so let me break this down even more step by step for you. So to get into search, going into Instagram, you're going to hit that magnifying glass at the bottom. Then you're going to hit the search bar at the top. Okay. And this replay will be on my channel when we're done, you guys, if you need that again. Once you hit the search bar at the top, Paul, you're going to see tags across the top. You hit tags. And then I want you to just type in a hashtag. It could be hashtag acting. And then just scroll down and see what other related tags they are suggesting. Okay. And they're going to tell you the search volume. I remember in that free class, we talked about between 10,000 and 500,000 in search. It's a nice sweet spot for most of the people that I thought were on the call. Okay. So that's how you find those. I did see, Paul, I know you sent me a question. You were looking for how do you create branded hashtags, like even smaller hashtags, like maybe voices by Paul, right? Those you can create on your own, but you have to know a hashtag like hashtag Heidi Dean, hashtag, if it is voices by Paul. Those are more to categorize your post. They're not necessarily to help you grow. Okay. I know there's some content creators here. I see it with their names, and I know some of you, you may use you're sharing your Instagram for your web series and for your acting career, which is great. So what you might be doing is you might be using the hashtag for your web series on the posts that pertain to your web series, right? It's not necessarily going to help you grow as your web series is small, but it's going to help categorizing all your posts on your feed. So whenever someone clicks on that web series title that you've made a hashtag for, they're going to be brought to a feed of just those posts. Make sense? Okay, Paul, tell me if that makes sense, okay? But really, you're just going to go right into search. I do use a tool called Flick that I like that helps you sift through hashtags. It is not free, but there's a trial for it for 7 days, and you can do a lot of research in 7 days. So, okay, it's called Flick. All right. Catalina, do we need to post something, picture, reel, daily in order to grow? No, in fact, I think a lot of things have changed over the past couple of years on Instagram. And what I see a lot of actors doing is they've heard advice like that, and then they're just posting every day. But what really hurts is when you're posting every day without a plan, is the quality of your content starts to go down, and you start seeing unfollows and your engagement is down. I'd rather see you, Catalina, create one awesome, thought-provoking, engaging post than 10 that don't have any meaning behind them, don't have a conversation with us, right? I'd rather you focus on quality posts than trying to post every day. Okay. So I think, especially to grow, you're going to see more results from growing by actually engaging with your audience. And what I mean by that, not your existing audience, the audience you want. The audience you want to bring back to your account. And we can talk about the questions that you need to know how to find your audience in this Q&A today if you want. So you're going to go out. You're going to engage with this potential audience that's going to love what you're posting about and bring them back, right? I want to see you spend less time posting and more time engaging with this audience. Then you'll grow, okay? Now, in terms of, I just said reel, and when I first read it, I was thinking acting reel. But in terms of Instagram reels right now, if you can create something quality, I'd say, yeah, do those a little more often, because we're getting a lot of exposure right now for reels, like huge exposure. Anyone that was on my masterclass knows I was showing stats on the screen. It's out of control, like how much exposure we're getting. I've gotten like 2,000 followers just in the past month, just from reels. I haven't even been engaging or doing any of my normal, growth techniques, just reels. So Catalina, if you are using reels right now, Instagram reels, and you can create quality reels, yeah, get those out there. Okay, so that's the only exception I'd say right now. Remember, we're going to follow those green lights. What are those green lights that Instagram is really saying? Hey, this is the feature you should be using. You should be using this. Okay. All right. Okay. I have to scroll up. It just jumped a little bit. Okay, Lauren, I think you're next. Hey, Heidi, I loved your class last week. Oh, great. Thank you for joining me. How do you avoid the copyright for music on Reels? I just posted my first Reel today, and within the first minute of being up, I got a notification saying that your video is removed because it may have copyrighted content that belongs to someone else. I also added the song from the app thinking that it would avoid copyright issues. Well, if you're actually using the music from Reels, that should not happen. That sounds like it was a mistake, and I would definitely flag Instagram and tell them that you use the one right within the app, because that's what I actually suggest you do. If you can, use music that's within Instagram Reels. I've repurposed some of my TikToks, and if it's a song by a major artist, what I've actually done is I've downloaded my TikTok, I've put it in an app, like InShot, and I've removed the music. And then I upload it to Reels. It only takes 2 seconds to remove the music. I put it in Reels, and then I go into the music on Reels and I add it because I don't want to have copyright problems, especially with like a major artist. Okay. So now, Lauren, tell me, were you using something from the actual Instagram Reels audio, or was it from somebody else? Because what's happening is a lot of people are not doing what I just said. They're repurposing TikToks, but they're putting like music that's like copyrighted and major artists have created without actually using it within the Instagram Reels app. Okay, so let me know. All right, let me know. I'm just having a sip of coffee, guys. Okay. But great question. We're going to see a lot of changes with Reels coming up about that, especially with repurposed TikToks. You guys have to know that Instagram Reels, I think, was released way earlier than they ever planned to release it. But with all the drama with TikTok, all the unnecessary drama with TikTok, they wanted to release it when they thought TikTok was going to disappear. So they launched it a little bit earlier than I think they were actually ready to. And now they're trying to pick up the pieces and figure out copyright and everything that probably should have been figured out in the first place. Okay. Noli, do you think you should post acting related stuff on Instagram, or should you post things that show who you are? I actually addressed this right in the beginning today. You should post both, right? You're an actor. We should see your actor's life, but we should also see who you are. Okay. In the masterclass, which if you didn't watch, go watch it, because I literally show you how to do this, Noli. And the link I've put in a couple times. It's also in the description of this video. Totally free to watch. I actually show you what you need to do. We need the love child of your actor's life and the spaghetti posting account, right? We need to see your life as an actor, but we also need to see a couple things that make you you. I call this your Fab Four. It's the 4 things that make you fabulous on Instagram that we're going to come to know, like, and trust about you. Okay. And guess what? Some of those things are acting related and some of them are not. Some of them are just about you. Okay. So you need a balance between the two. All right. Paul, should you create your own hashtag? Sure, if you want to. I mean, it's a branded hashtag. I think I answered this before for you, maybe after you wrote this. You can do it. Just know that hashtag is not necessarily going to help you grow, especially if you have a smaller account, but it could help you categorize your content. Okay. I just wouldn't make too many because, you really only get so many hashtags. I know we get 30, but still, I would say really tap into hashtags that are going to help you grow, get noticed, than just making up a bunch of hashtags for yourself. Okay. But yeah, if I'm pretty sure you're a voice actor, Paul, maybe you can create something with your name so that we know that you're a voice actor. Okay. Adele, cool. I'll check it out. I'll check out the class after this. I'm not a celebrity. Yeah, and the class, the first thing we talk about is how to come up with your posting strategy, so that we see a well-rounded view of you. So you'll see that in the first 15 minutes of the class. I'm gonna butcher your name. It looks beautiful, and I hope I don't butcher it. Yajhira, that's a gorgeous name. Yajhira Maria. I hope I didn't butcher that. She said the free class was so full of information. Thank you. Oh, and then you said Yahira. Yahira's beautiful name. Thank you. Yeah, we had so much fun. Oh my gosh, all the stuff in the chat, people were, as I said, mind blown. That's what I was trying to bring you guys, whether it's a live, a free class, anything, a paid class, anything. full of value. Your time is valuable, okay? I never want to waste it. Adele, thank you. What's a verified account, Catalina? A verified account is pretty much what it sounds like. Instagram has verified that this account belongs to that public figure. Okay. And usually they are verifying public figures, people that have a lot of traffic going to their site, people that are in the press, people really why people get verified, guys. Why, not saying a lot of you guys, but I get a lot of messages from my audience saying I keep getting rejected when I apply. Well, you have to know, guys, if people aren't like making accounts for you, you may not be ready for verification. Verification exists so we know that is the true official account for that public figure that lots of people are searching for, right? There's a lot of scams out there, and they want to make sure that that artist has a check mark so we know that's who that person is, okay? I remember last year there was some big story about there was a country artist, and I think his name was Kip because that's my brother's name, so I remember Kip Moore maybe. He was verified, but there were all these people that made these other accounts for him, and they were doing these scams where like women would write and they would like send him lots of money and to these fake accounts, of course. They were thousands. I think it actually got into the millions of dollars. But they didn't realize, the guy with the verified check mark, that was the official one, right? That's why we have verification. Okay. So that's what a verified account is, Catalina. You can actually go right into your settings and try to apply. Just know if you don't have a lot of traffic, if you don't have something in the news right now, if your account doesn't have a certain quality to its first impression, you won't get verified right now, okay? But we can talk about some of that as well. Also, I have a video on my YouTube channel, which is where you are right now. In fact, if you guys haven't subscribe to my channel right here, with the exception of the last 2 weeks because I've had the free class. I create content for you guys every Thursday, okay? So I have a video on how to get verified on my channel. Just go look for it. And we talk Facebook, we talk Instagram. We don't talk Twitter because Twitter, they have not reopened the public verification process yet. They said they're going to soon though. I think they'll do it after the election. All right. Okay, you have a creator account and you don't have a swipe up for Velveteen Lounge for IGTV. That's very strange. Okay, I'm gonna get down to the bottom of that. Message me on Instagram. We'll figure it out. She's one of my students. So, hi, Vicki Lynn Cox. Hi from Ottawa. All right. Hopefully it's sunnier there than it is in New York. It's been raining for 2 days here. Pilar. Hey, Pilar. Thanks for joining me. Can you recommend a good hashtag generator app? Honestly, I actually feel like the best way to generate your hashtags is actually do it yourself. I've used about every hashtag generator out there, and half of them, you're still going to need to do the research. You still need to go look at those hashtags. I talked about this on the live class in the Q&A. There are some like New York hashtag with actor or with actress in it that is so skanky, excuse me, that if I was still acting and I was an actress in New York, I would not want to be associated with it. So I still suggest you take a peek at the hashtags, right? To make sure like what conversations am I showing up in? That's what a hashtag is, guys. Hashtags are conversations. So you are going to want to click over and see, well, what is this conversation? Is this something I want to be a part of? Is this the conversation I'm having? Right? So I actually think doing it Instagram, and you can do that ahead of time and be done. That's what we do in my Insta Actor class, is we do a lot of that research ahead of time. I think that's the best way to go. But I think it was Paul earlier, that I do use a tool called Flick. And they create really great, give us really great results for Instagram. It is not free, but like I said, there's a free 7-day trial. So that will help you as well. I'm going to drop this in here too, just because I know some of you guys are interested in this. This is my Instagram class for actors. Insta Actor registration closes on Thursday. In that, I give you a huge list of hashtags that are in that nice sweet spot for actors to use. I mean, a gigantic list. And this is for acting related tags. Okay. So Pilar, you can check out Flick for Instagram. We're talking Instagram today, but in terms of other platforms, I also like a tool called Right Tag, RITETAG. right tag for Twitter as well. And they do have Instagram hashtags on there now. All right, Adriana. Hi, if you're an actor, is it better to switch to a professional account? And what are the main differences between non-professional and professional accounts? Thank you. You're welcome. There's actually 3 types of accounts now. We have the good old regular Instagram account. We have a creator account and we have a business account, right? So there's 3 different ones. And actually, my opinion has changed in the past, I don't know, 6 weeks since we have Reels on which one an actor should be on. It's changed dramatically. You can just have a regular account, but I love the creator accounts and business accounts, Adriana, because you get analytics. So I can find out the best time to post. I can find out more information about my audience. When I first got those analytics, I realized, holy cow, I've got like a huge audience in London that I had no idea about. So that's a whole different time to post, a different time to go live. So it's really great information to have, right? I can actually use these analytics too to figure out what my audience is responding to, reacting to, and do more of that, because you get detailed analytics into what posts have people engaged with the most, liked the most, shared the most. You can see how your hashtags are working with your analytics. So awesome. You only get that on a business account and a creator account. Okay. You don't get that on the regular old account. Right now, the good news is Instagram has come out and said go to their creators Instagram account. They have said all 3 are created equal in the algorithm. I've also tested all 3 over the past 6 months. And I've seen no change in engagement no matter which one I was on. Okay. Change in engagement if maybe my post wasn't as good, but not if I changed the actual type. Okay, Adriana? Why you might use one or the other in terms of business versus creator. If you're a content creator, you may want to run ads, right? You need a business account for that, okay? If you are more of an influencer, you're looking to do kind of sponsored collaborations, you might want a creator account for that, because there's a little bit more tools to do that on a creator account. Another perk to switch from a good old regular account to a creator or business is you get better inbox functions. Inbox your direct messages. You can organize them better. I can't even tell you how many messages I get every day. In fact, if you don't hear from me on your direct messages and you're not a student or a client, I'm sorry. I've got literally 177 requests in that other inbox. I can't always get there. But what's great about a business account or a creator account is I can sift through these. Right? I can actually organize my unread messages. I can flag a message to deal with that later. I think it's worth having the creator or the business account just for that. Okay. Adriana, let me know if that makes sense. I know this is a big question I get asked a lot. So everybody give me a thumbs up or a heck yeah in the chat that makes sense. Business, creator, regular account. Okay. But really, I used to say all actors, not all actors, but a business account could really help a lot of actors. But now I'm thinking a little bit more creator account. Here's why. You get music on Instagram Reels. Business accounts, for the most part, 99% of them do not have music. So as an actor, as an artist, Reels can be really awesome for you. And, you need a creator account or a regular account to have music on Reels. Okay. So that's a biggie. And that's why I've kind of changed my mind about should actors have a business account or a creator account. Got it? There's one other thing that can be important. If you want to schedule your post. If you want to schedule your post, you'll need a business account. If you want to post it in your sleep, just have them automatically go there. You'll need a creator account or a business account to use any kind of scheduler. But if you have a creator account, you'll just have to auto schedule it yourself. So you can schedule it and then you have to be there for the last step. So that may not apply to you, Adriana, but if you do want to do any scheduling, you can't have a regular account. You need business or creator. Okay. I needed the little words here. That was very hard to describe. But if you're planning to use Reels, Adriana, I'd say do creator account all the way. Paul, thank you. You're welcome. Vicky, can you drop the link for the course purchase? Thank you. Yeah, I think I did, but let me do it again. Let me do it again for Insta-Acta. Okay, I'm dropping it in. Dropping it in for Vicky. 2 more days, guys. We're doing, I'm adding some live Q&As over Zoom because we are 160 students strong in this session what? So we're gonna have some extra Q&As. I added a bonus Reels masterclass all about Reels. So if you want to know how to create them, if you want to know how to make them to show up on the Explore page like I'm showing up, if you want to know best practices for actors, and I'm going to give you a whole bunch of inspiring accounts, inspiring, funny accounts, all different types of artists that you guys can learn from as well. That will be in Instactor this session. All right. Okay, I'm just going to answer, guys. I'm not going to answer questions about getting an agent unless it's directly about how to use social media or Instagram. I'm not going to answer questions about that right now. I want to answer specifically questions about Instagram, social media. Okay. All right. Okay, this just moved again. All right. Let's see. What is a verified account? We did that. Okay, do you think Reels is here for the long term or just the latest thing? I think it's here for the long term, actually. Snapchat's creating their own version of Reels. We just got YouTube Shorts. Everybody's copying TikTok because it's one of the most engaging things I've ever seen on social media. So I think it is here to stay. I think how they're integrating it, the views we're getting on everything, I think those will eventually go down because more people will use it. And that's why right now is such a time to start using Reels, because you're getting more exposure, which can mean more followers in a very short period of time. So I think it's more of a thing now. I think it will continue to be a thing. I think some of the engagement will eventually go down, but they're trying to mimic TikTok. They're trying to mimic the For You page on TikTok, virality on TikTok, and views on TikTok. They're trying to lure people away from TikTok. So I can't imagine they're going to touch that anytime soon. Okay. All right. Lauren, it was from the actual Instagram Reels audio. I thought it was weird too. I had muted the sounds on my original video, uploaded to Reels, and then added the audio. Then I say is probably just a bug. I have a feeling they're probably cracking down on it right now. I've been wondering when they were going to start cracking down on all these audios that were over from TikTok, from like, big artists and stuff. So I'm guessing it's just a mistake. Can you post it again? So what you might want to do, well, if you're bringing it from TikTok anyways, you have the original. Okay. Wilbur Charles Jr., I understand you, coach. Hey, you were on my backstage lives, aren't you? Paul, thank you. You figured it out. Thanks to you. Awesome. Awesome. Set up your Fiverr. I love Fiverr. You guys ever need something like backgrounds removed, like all sorts of things that can sometimes be daunting if you don't have design experience. I love Fiverr.com. Okay, Amber Dawn Productions. How do we create our own hashtag? Well, it depends what you're creating it for. Amber Dawn Productions, I'm assuming maybe you create content. So think about what it might be your hashtag web series name, right? It might be your name. So what I would do if you're going to try to create a hashtag for yourself, you have to know that you can't own a hashtag, right? So you can create your own branded hashtag. It doesn't mean somebody else won't use it. There's no like copyrights on a hashtag, right? But what I suggest you do first is you go into search and you go into hashtag search. We talked about how to find that earlier. Go into the magnifying glass on the bottom, hit search, go into tags, type in the hashtag that you want to create, see if it comes up. If there's like 100,000 people using it, that's not your own hashtag, right? That's not a branded hashtag. If there are 10 posts with it, if there are less than 100 posts with it, you might be okay. I would go and look at what those 100 posts are about. Make sure it's nothing scandalous, something you don't want to be associated with. But, you could be hashtag Amber Dawn Productions. There's your hashtag. Go check and see if people are using it. Because if not, then it's essentially yours. And every time somebody's going to click on it, on any post that you create that's about something production worthy, maybe about your content, it's going to have a feed of just your stuff, which is really awesome. Okay. Let me know if that makes sense. Wilbert, some clips of something other than, some clips of something about that we're doing into doing other than filming. What about us when confidential? I'm not quite following you, but I'm thinking that you're talking about like NDAs and confidentiality. You do need to be careful about what you post online. People lose jobs all the time, guys. They had a job and then they talked about it, or they shared the sides, or they shared their self-tape from it, right? Guys, that's all copyrighted material. It's always better to be safe than sorry as an actor, as an artist, with material that doesn't belong to you. Okay, it's better to just that's why I suggest actors use a scheduler. Did you take pictures on set? Do you have pictures that you are able to share when it's time? Use a scheduler, queue them up so you can schedule them out when you're ready. They're all in an organized place, but you're not breaking any NDAs, any confidentiality agreements. Like, you have to be careful about that kind of stuff, guys. Even I see a lot of people, maybe they're pressed for content and they're like posting all their self tapes like on mute. Be careful of that, guys. Like, we can read, people can read lips. That's still confidential, like, content, especially because some of them are putting like detailed descriptions about what the scene is actually, like, what's it about. Just be careful. That's like really not your content. And there's so many other things you can create on Instagram that shows us your talents, especially with Reels. I'd rather actually hear the sound and see you actually use Reels to show us your talents than a muted self tape. Okay. All right. Okay, Pilar, got it. Thanks. Yeah, go check out the tools. But use search. I think I like to see what conversations I'm showing up with, but that's just me. Okay. Lauren, the only thing I can think of is that the notification said something about it only being available in Canada. Oh, there you go. But then why would that song be available in real audio, right? I don't know. Then that's just a glitch. That's so strange. What is your that's strange. Where are you from, Lauren? Do you have maybe that you're in Canada in your settings? Like when TikTok was going to get banned, did you change like your country to say Canada so you'd still have it? Just wondering. But actually, I guess then you could use the audio. All right. Okay, Vicky Lynn says, heck yeah, awesome. Adriana, thank you so much. You're amazing. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Can you switch an existing account to a creator account? Yes, you can just switch it right in your settings. And nothing happens to your account. So you won't lose anything. You actually just gain features. Just know that when you get analytics on your business account or creator account, they start the minute you change your account over. Okay, so you don't actually get analytics on the old post. They start the minute you switch. Okay, so if you're wondering like, why aren't they telling me the best time to post? Why aren't they telling me, like, showing me my past post and the reach and impressions and all that good stuff? It's because they don't know them yet. They haven't been tracking them. Okay, so that all happens once you make the switch. All right. And you just do that right in your settings. So you can just like go right to those like 3 little lines in the top right hand corner. And you can just go in and go into settings. And then you'll have other choices of creator, business, all of the above. All right. There was a recent change where you can no longer use third-party tool for scheduling to a regular. Yes, exactly. That's what I said earlier. You can't, which probably when I was talking about the differences. Yeah, that was actually last year. It was, trying to think, last January, maybe. I had to change it in my Insta Actor course. So regular account, you cannot use a third-party scheduling tool. Creators and businesses, you can. Just if you have a creator account, you do have to be there to do the final posting. Okay. I have some funky things going on with my hair here, guys. Woo, what's going on? It's called lots of humidity and rain here in New York. Okay. Awesome. Vicky, how do we save a reel while we edit it to make it engaging to our future Instagram connections? How do we save a reel while we edit? I'm not quite sure what you're asking, but you can save reels as a draft. So as you're creating it, I think I know what you're asking. I'll give you 2 answers here. When you guys create an Instagram reel, one of the last choices right before this big share button that's blue is save as draft. Okay, so you can save it as a draft and keep working on it. But also the last step, right before you add all text and bells and whistles, there's a little save icon, just like what we have on Instagram stories, and you can hit save and that will save it to your camera roll. I like that because I have been exclusively sharing my reels on the feed and to explore because that's where I'm getting the views and followers. But there've been a few that I've actually wanted to share on stories as well, but separately. So I'll hit save and then I'll actually just go post it to stories totally separately. So then the reel gets more action, right? Let me know, Vicky Lynn, if that was your question. All right. Kelsey. Hey, Boise. Welcome. Yay. Hey, Kelsey. I'm so glad I was able to make it here. My break at work came at the perfect time. Perfect. Well, let me know Kelsey, if you have any questions about Instagram, questions about the free Instagram class. If you didn't watch that, if you watched it this last week, if you didn't, I've dropped the link a million times here for that free class. So let me know. All right. Lauren, thank you for your help. You're welcome. Like I said, they're just working out things right now with copyrights. So we'll all know how Reels officially works in probably a couple months. I mean, they were 15 seconds a couple weeks ago. Now they're 30 seconds. Things are changing very, very, very quickly, right? Lauren, so sorry. Last question. Don't be sorry. I'm here to answer questions. For the Insta Actor class, are the modules available forever and always, or only for the length of the class? Forever and always. You get lifetime access to the class. So, and I update them all the time. When major things happen, there's new trainings. Actually, there's a Reels 101 in there that I added a week after Reels was created, so that you guys could make changes right away and start using Reels. So yeah, you get lifetime access, and that includes updates. Okay, you can start today. You can start in 6 months. If you want to use Reels, I'd say start right away. That Reels bonus Reels masterclass that I'm adding to Instactor will be there in like less than a week, and that's going to be so helpful for you. Okay, so yeah, but they're totally available forever for the lifetime of the class. And I have no intention of ending this class at all. This is helping so many people. Love the insights, lots of information. Yes, the audience insights, the insights on a creator or business account, invaluable for figuring out what content's working and what content's not working. And really, that's something you guys, should be checking. Like, what is your audience responding to? What are they not responding to? What do they want more of? And then do more of that, or find different ways to do more of that. And our analytics on a creator or business account tells us that. Okay. All right. Great question, Adriana. Should we pay attention to the aesthetics? Do you think that a consistent color scheme is important? Any recommendations? Thank you so much. Yes. Great question. In fact, I just updated this video in Instactor yesterday where we talk about your visual voice. There's really two ways that you can really stay consistent with your brand on Instagram. One way to stay consistent so your audience knows it's you is the subject matter of your post. Remember, I was just talking about your Fab Four like 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. The 4 things that make you fabulous that we're going to come to know, like, and trust about you on Instagram, right? You're going to use those things over and over again. That's one way we're going to get to know you. Another way we can get to know you is through that visual voice, through what your feed looks like. Do you need to stress about it? No. However, I know a lot of actors stress about the fact that maybe they're not so good with taking pictures. And so incorporating a couple things that make your Instagram aesthetic look a little bit more pleasing, look a little bit more professional, can make a difference, right? Because that your grid is part of your first impression. If you're going out and engaging with people on a regular basis, then and they're coming back to look at your grid, it's part of your first impression, right? So there's all different ways we can do this. You can use a similar color scheme. It takes a little bit more of an artistic eye. I know actors are artists, but sometimes that's not the same eye that an actor has. So yeah, you can have a consistent color scheme. Maybe focus on one certain color. Maybe I would focus a little more on blue. Or there's a account called Mr. Pink, and he has a lot of pink, right? Consistent filters. That's the easiest. We talk about that in Instactor. Really finding consistent filters that show us your vibe, show us your energy, right? And using those over and over again. You'll start to notice if you use a consistent filter every time, your feed kind of changes and looks really awesome, right? And filters are really easy to use consistently, whether you're posting videos, whether you're doing a reel, whether you're doing a regular feed post. You can kind of find consistent filters that give us that same feeling, right? You can use consistent borders. You can use a tile grid, like something like I have. So yeah, there's all different aesthetics that you can use that just kind of up the professionalism of your post and can turn you from someone who stinks at taking photos to someone who looks like they know what they're doing. So I wouldn't say stress about it, Adriana, but it's really something once you decide what it is, it's just that last thing you do every time you post, if it's a filter, obviously, or a border, you can do that right within the app. Okay. So yeah, I think it can be important. Necessary, not totally necessary, but it can be important for growing. All right. Thanks for the reminder about confidentiality when you're auditioning. This is me, Isla Oli. Oh, awesome. Great. Awesome. The OGB show. I love it. Yeah, it's so important, guys. And I just see people, they're walking the line about confidentiality right now. Just think if that was your script, your episode that you spent so much time, writing or creating and it's not out in the world yet, would you want someone putting it out there, even on mute? Would you want somebody teasing that? I don't know. Okay. That is their work. Vicky, perfect. Thanks, Master Heidi. You're welcome. Okay, Kelsey, if we're relatively new actors, do you think we should switch to tailoring our Instagram now, or should we wait to have more projects experience under our actor belt? Honestly, we talked about this came up numerous times in the Q&A for the masterclass, the free masterclass last week. I actually think if you're a beginner and you hop on Instagram now with a plan, you actually have an advantage, because I can't tell you how many people become clients or students that have been working on their Instagram as an actor for like 4 years now. And they've wasted so much time because they don't have a plan, right? So if you're just starting, I would say do it now. Start with a plan now. You can start growing. You can start connecting with people in the business now. I mean, one of the major reasons to use any social media, but especially Instagram as an actor, is for your relationships. Your network as an actor is your net worth. Okay. And really how you stay top of mind with the people you've worked with in this business can really affect the opportunities you have and your net worth, right? Down the road. So Instagram is something I actually show you how to do in Instactor. I show you how to organize your contacts. How do we use the app to organize our contacts that we've already worked with in the business and stay top of mind? Because it's actually the connections that that will end up being more work, right, in the future. And Kelsey, if you're brand new, you are making connections right away, right? In every acting class, in every gig, with every casting director you meet, you can actually collect those connections from the beginning of your career. You know how valuable that is? If you wait, then all these connections you've made from now to when you think you're ready are gone, right? And growth takes time too. So if you're looking at growing your Instagram, which can be important for so many reasons, yes, casting, but also to share your projects, share things that are important to you, to share things that are important to your friends, to have a voice, right? As an artist, as a person, that takes time to grow it in an active, real way with a real audience. So doing it now instead of waiting could be an advantage for you. Okay, let me know, Kelsey, if that makes sense. And I'm glad I got your question in before your lunch break is over. All right, Wilbert, you're always so inspiring in that post. Yo, Heidi, as a coach, woohoo! Awesome, thank you. Oh, perfect, good. I answered your question. Now, let me know if you guys have any other questions. I think I got them all. I cannot believe it. Maybe I did answer so many the other day live. I was in the free masterclass. I was on for 2 hours and 45 minutes for one, which means I answered a whole ton of questions. And the other one I was on a little 2 hours, 15 minutes. And the actual class was only an hour. So I answered a gazillion questions. And you'll see a lot of those too. You can see those, the Q&A guys in the replay, which I'll drop in here again. All right. Oh my gosh, Indy the Iguana is here. And it's not even just with Backstage. Hey, Indy the Iguana. I know it's your gaming name, but hey, I know it's you every time. I love it. I'm glad I found you on my recommendation because you're amazing. Oh, thank you so much. It's not a live if Indy the Iguana does not make an appearance sometime. It's I love it. So let me know, guys, if you have any other questions. If not, I'm going to wrap it up because we're getting close to the hour. And like I said, I went live in those 2 masterclasses, like I said, for I don't know, 6 hours, 5 hours with both. But before that, I was live every day somewhere last week, Backstage, big Facebook groups. It was a very long week in the best of ways, but it was lots of going live. So Fiona, Indy, who joined me, let me know if you guys have any questions about Instagram, have any questions about that free Instagram masterclass I did last week. If you didn't catch it, I just put the link there. You got 2 more days to watch it. Or questions about Instactor. That's my online Instagram class for actors where I teach how to grow a following, how to make connections on Instagram, and really make an impact as an actor. So any questions about all of the above? Okay. And if not, I will probably sign off very soon. Fiona, late, but I'll catch it later. Awesome. Yeah. If the YouTube gods are with us, this will be on my channel when we're done and you guys can watch it indefinitely. Perfect. Well, I am going to sign off. But thank you, Wilbert, for joining me from New Orleans. Thank you, Fiona. Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you, Isla. Thank you. The lots of these people that you're not using your regular name, so I don't know your real name, but thank you, thank you. Thank you, Paul, who was here earlier. Um, um, that's it. You guys can find me here on my YouTube channel. I'll be here every Thursday with a new video. You can find me, of course, over on Instagram at Marketing for Actors, and that's the number 4. And until next time, guys, I will see you on social. Bye.